Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. It's back, the signature event of the Centerville Arts Commission. It's called Art at the Trace, and it's happening this weekend. Here to tell us more is Kristen Gottman, who is the assistant to the city manager, and Cecilia Brendel, who is the featured artist, but her work is going to look familiar because this is going to be your third time to be at Art at the Trace, right, Cecilia?
That's correct.
And her lovely artwork is right in front of us and behind us, and you're going to have a chance to win this piece of artwork, and we'll tell you how as we go throughout the program. So let's get started, Kristen, and this is 10th annual.
This is the 10th year.
Unbelievable. I thought it was the 8th, so
right.
That's incredible.
Art at the Trace. This is the 10th year. It's actually going to be this Saturday, February 7th, and it's held at the Golf Club at Yankee Trace, 10,000 Yankee Street. It's from 6 to 9 p.m.
And you need to get tickets. We should get tickets in advance because you have a little bit of a savings,
right? If you get tickets in advance, they're $10. We take cash or we take check, and you can purchase those at 3 locations. There's our flyer right now up on the screen. They're at the City Building, the golf shop at Yankee Trace, and then Centerville Framing and Gifts. It's $10. And if you do decide to come out on that night, it's going to be $15.
And so what can folks expect? Because this is really a nice evening. If you and your friends want to get together, or if you want to go with a date, or it's just really a super, super neat evening.
It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. and what we do is we provide appetizers. There's a cash bar there as well. There's entertainment. We have the Darren Bell Trio, who's going to be providing music in the ballroom. And then there's going to be 25 artists. Cecilia is our featured artist. There will be 25 artists that set up displays from all different kinds of mediums. We have photographers, we have painters. They're all going to be having their work for display and purchase. You can leave that night with a piece of artwork if you desire. And then as Cecilia's role as the featured artist, she has donated a piece, which is actually on the set today.
Yeah, which is lovely.
And all ticket holders will be entered in the drawing to receive the raffle prize.
So we said, Cecilia, you've been at Art at the Trace twice before. This will be your third time, but first time as featured artist. So what does that mean for you?
Oh, well, first of all, I'm very grateful for this honor, to be with next to all these other great artists that are right there, and the opportunity to be able to feature some of my artwork on television and news is just a great bonus for me, so I appreciate it.
And folks can talk to you about what you do and the type of artwork that you have, and we actually have some art that we'll show you, but let's talk about your featured piece that people can win. So as you said, every person there will have a chance to win this, but what is it called? And it is lovely.
Thank you. It's called the Poppies in Argenteuil.
Okay.
It's French, and it was inspired by a Monet. He did a Poppies in Argenteuil, with his wife and son, and I decided to come up with my own version, and that's how I learned, from the old masters, and then eventually started painting in their method as well.
So that's your technique, really, your style is that old master's style, right?
Yes, I mostly paint in the Flemish method, which are starting with a brown umbre layer and then several very fine layers of paint on top of that.
And one of the great things about Art at the Trace is you do get to actually talk with the artists. You can ask them about inspiration and materials and things like that. But this piece, for sure, what's the size? I mean, it looks like it's a pretty good sized piece.
Well, it's actually only 11 by 14 inches. Okay. So I, for a long time, would start with the smaller sizes, but I've done some miniatures, I've done murals. This year, I'm going to be going a little bit larger for a few different reasons, but some of the subject matters, I think I need to have a larger, area to get the detail in it.
And we're going to show you, too, just a sample of what you'll see, because you'll probably be bringing, do you know how many pieces you'll have there at the show?
There'll be at least 20.
Okay, so we're going to show you a few, but we'll go ahead and take a look, and you can tell us Madonna and Child here, right?
Yeah, this was actually my sister Kathy and her daughter Little Sia, named after me,
okay.
As the model for the Blessed Mother and Jesus for my Christmas card last year. And I've been selected to be part of the first Christian art conference in Omaha this year. So there'll be a little bit more religious this year in my repertoire, as well as some castles.
Okay, and then, boy, wouldn't you love to go home there every evening?
That was a client who lives on Michigan.
Okay, yeah,
Has like Michigan, who has a beautiful home,
Okay.
and so I had the honor to paint their portrait.
Okay, and then I think we have one more maybe.
The Redwood Forest. This is Redwood Forest 1. I've done a series of them. I'm inspired by my son and the love for the Redwood Forest, and I was actually happy to be able to visit this area here just this past October. Got a lot of good shots, and there'll be a few more of these type of paintings coming soon.
Okay, and so as we said, you'll have about 20 of your pieces, and that's about average, isn't it, Kristen? I mean, artists bring all kinds of work, and it's not just paintings, as you said.
Right, there's also going to be photographers, and we also have jewelry. We have 3 jewelry artists that will come and set up tables and have earrings and different necklaces for purchase as well.
And I think that's one of the great parts about it is that not only can you go and shop, but you can talk to the artist, you can find out the materials that were made, you find out inspiration, like you were saying you went on a trip. And do you typically work from photographs once you see the work? Is that how you do it, Cecilia?
Yeah, typically that's what I do. You know, I'm people from other areas that cannot stay in the studio for a long period of time. It's best to just send photos through the internet.
Okay, and again, this is on Saturday, February 7th. It starts at 6. It's at the Golf Club at Yankee Trace, and we're talking about 25 featured artists.
Right, there's
throughout.
25 artists. The raffle will be held at 8 p.m.
Okay, must be present to win?
Yes,
Okay.
and definitely every person that purchases a ticket will be entered into the drawing.
Okay, and if you have questions about tickets, you can call 433-7151, and we'll talk more about that. But so much is going on with this Arts Commission. You always have really cool events, really neat things that you can do right here in the community, which makes it nice because it makes art so accessible. And one of the great places you can go for that is our Centerville Police Department.
Yes, we have actually an art gallery there in the lobby of the police department, 166 North Main Street.
No, that's Benham's
That's
Grove.
Benham's
You
Grove.
can go there too. 155
West
155.
Spring Valley
Yeah.
Road. And we rotate exhibits monthly.
Yeah.
So we have one spot open for 2015. So we pretty
Wow.
much have our calendar set for the year for the gallery.
So the exhibit that's going to happen in February, which is it up yet, or it's
Yes,
Okay.
he just installed on Sunday.
Is Lloyd Green,
Yeah,
right?
Cecilia was our featured artist for January. So then she turned it over to Lloyd, and he installed this weekend, and he's going to be having a reception as well at the closing of the exhibit.
And we've got a couple of pieces of his work, and he is a photographer, right? And so we've got that, and then he's got his reception coming up. You said it's at end
Yes.
of February.
February 27th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m.
And those receptions are open to the public,
Right.
People can come and you can actually, like you'll have a chance to meet Cecilia on Saturday night. You could go and meet the artist and talk about inspiration. And again, that's February 27th, as you can see there. And then your March exhibit, so they change every month. Is at
Yes.
the beginning of the month. Is Nick Narroth, and he'll be also a photographer, right?
Yes.
So he'll be the featured artist in March. But again, you can go anytime, 24 hours a day. Stop in the police department. It's in the lobby there. You can take a walk around and really see some great work. I'm sure you got some feedback from people who went to see your show at the police department.
Yeah, it was really nice and a great honor to have that opportunity and see some friends and supporters. Appreciate
It's
it.
really a gem right there that you may not realize is there. So if you have some time, you can stop by. There's a book that you can sign and write down, that you were there, register. But you can also just go in, take a peek, and see what's happening. Another, we talk about signature events. So you've got Art at the Trace, but your summer concert series, and I know we'll have you back closer to summer concert series, but for businesses and individuals, they can sponsor a concert or help contribute toward the sponsorship of a series, right?
Yes, we are accepting sponsorships for the summer concert series, which kicks off in June. We hold concerts at Stubbs Park Amphitheater on Sundays, pretty much all summer long, from June through the end of August. And we are accepting donations in order to support the concerts. And there's different levels.
Yeah, is there a certain dollar amount that you need to start with?
Really, from $1 all the way up to $2,000. There's different levels of sponsorships depending on what businesses or individuals are interested in.
And I know that I don't think you've released any of the schedule yet, but there's always a great lineup, and you can count on literally thousands of people coming to see the concert. So it's a great way to get your name out.
Yeah, the schedule will be released shortly. We're just finalizing all of the agreements and everything. So we do have a great lineup planned.
So if someone's interested in sponsoring, call you,
Call the
Kristen?
city, and we also have the sponsorship brochure on our website.
Okay, so centervilleohio.gov, or you can call 433-7151. But we make sure that you come by on Saturday. I would say be there at 6 o'clock, don't you think? Because this is a very popular event. You know, as an artist, Cecilia, I mean,
it's
people come.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's very high class, and music's outstanding, art's outstanding.
And as an artist, it's probably a nice opportunity for you to have a little bit of time to talk with other artists as well.
Oh, I love it. There's nothing better than the camaraderie of, fellow artists.
And it's really set up in such a way that you can kind of walk your way around. It's not too crowded, but it does tend to get busy. So it is a good idea to get there probably at 6 o'clock and really get a chance to view the artwork. You were mentioning jewelry, and we said 24 artists so that you can spend some time to really look. Now, you actually can purchase and take home that night, you said as well.
It's a very social event, and you can go around and talk to the artists, and you can make connections if you want to commission any of their artwork for the future. So it's a great.
Well, what can folks expect to see out of you too, Cecilia? I know you had said you have about 20 pieces.
Yeah, this year I'd like to show some of my poppy series, like the poppies in Argentale. I do have something that I'd like to be sharing, which is one of my miniatures that I brought here to share, and I'd like to be painting these in action.
That's amazing.
Actually, so it's just a tiny little 2 inches by 3 inch tiny poppies in Argentale.
So I can go and watch you paint that and take it home with me that night.
Absolutely.
That's really neat, and we see the picture there. I love the colors there, and so poppies is kind of your theme this year.
Poppies and castles, actually. Okay. So I'll have a series of castles as well.
And you can stop by and see her, and you'll be painting on site then, obviously. And any other artists will be doing that, or do you have any demonstrations? So you actually get to see her at work and talk to her about her inspiration, which is really cool. And you have a studio located in Centerville, right?
Yes, it's called the Old Masters Galleria, and it's right off of Far Hills on Iron Gate Park Drive.
Okay, so you can stop by, but we want you to stop by and see her on Saturday. Again, for tickets, Kristen,
you can purchase them in advance at 3 locations: the City Building, the Pro Shop at Yankee Trace, and then also Centerville Framing and Gifts on North Main Street.
Up until Saturday or until Friday?
Before that show.
Okay.
I think since the golf shop if they're open that day, I know Centerville Framing is open that day, so I think they have sold tickets in advance too, so that's fine. But City Building will not be selling them after Friday. And then the night of the event, it's $15 if you come without a ticket.
And you're going to have, you said hors d'oeuvres. There'll be
appetizers,
music.
There's desserts as well. 25 artists, and Darren Bell Trio will be there providing entertainment.
I think it's going to be a fun night. And I think I've maybe only missed one, which it's really fun. And you'll see, what's so great too is that because it's in our community, you see a lot of folks from the community as well. And you watch your business grow. I'm sure you've seen that too, Cecilia, over the course of your 3 years. So for more information, you can stop by the City Building. That's at 100 West Spring Valley Road and pick up your tickets. You can do that until Friday at 4:30, or the other 2 locations that Kristen mentioned. You can also call us at 433-7151. And always for information about the city of Centerville, you can go to our website, which is centervilleohio.gov. We're looking forward to a great evening. Again, it's Saturday, February 7th. Starts at 6 o'clock at the Golf Club at Yankee Trace. You'll be able to see Cecilia's work, and she's going to be making those 2x3 pieces. I don't know how many you can make in 3 hours, but I'll bet not as many as you'll want to, I'm sure, because a lot of folks are going to want to stop by and talk to you and see your work.
Oh, I hope so. It'll be fun.
And for sponsorship information too, you can give Kristen a call, 433-7151. That summer concert series is a great event, and we want to keep it going, and we rely on good folks like you to help us with that. Ladies, thanks so much for the information.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.